Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 109 in the book of the Gospel of John. Today is about help being on the way. Humanity has been waiting for thousands of years for the news that's in this particular passage. Now, there have been hints and some stops and starts along the way with these reality, but today we find out in a very clear way that help is on the way. Now, help for what? Well, we're very, very familiar with the trouble that this help comes in remedy for. It's as if we've been bitten by some sort of a snake and we've been waiting for the antidote for the poison. And today is the day where the antidote is delivered. It is as if, so this is going to be from John chapter 14. Let me read it here. 3 verses, John 14:15. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper to be with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it neither sees him nor knows him. You know him, for he dwells with you and will be in you. So first of all, verse 15, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. So there's expectations for being a Christian. There's like behavioral norms. That is, our actions should be powered by something, which is what? Well, in the passage, it says you love. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. And our actions can only be understood in light of a relationship with the Almighty. So properly keeping these actions can be best done only when kept in proper understanding of a relationship. Appropriate action is generated by suitable relationship. And our evidence of being in a loving relationship is this affectionate keeping of loving behaviors. So that's verse 15. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. But here's the big one for today, not that that's not enough. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper, capital H, helper, new name for another person of God, the Godhead, to be with you forever. Even the Spirit, capital S, of truth, whom the world cannot receive because it neither sees him or knows him. You know him, for he dwells with you and will be in you. So this is the introduction, or the clearest introduction of the Holy Spirit in the Bible. So Jesus, get the context of this. He's heading off the planet in a couple of days, and the helper is going to come and replace him, so to speak. And the revelation of this reality is one of the most important spiritual realities in human history. So it's best that we draw near and pay attention. So this is the start of the final revelation of the Trinity, the 3 persons in one God. So this opening verse has all 3 distinctive persons of the Godhead mentioned in the same sentence. So this is kind of where we get a triune God. And I, Jesus, will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper. I will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper to be with you forever. So that's the Trinity in one sentence. And let's do a little shout out to the podcast title, Be With Me. I wonder where that was stolen from. Here it is, verse 16. I will ask the Father, he will give you another helper to be with you forever, for he dwells with you and will be in you. So the Spirit is given by the Father at the request of the Son. Now, who's he given to? So he's given to humanity in general. So humans are the target of this gift. This is not a Disney movie where, nature is spirit-filled. It's not to animals. It's not to angels. The Spirit is given to specific humans, not every human. So these people who have the Spirit of God should be looking different than our general population, I would hope. So to have the part of the Godhead living within, to be with them forever. So contrast this. I will give you, but not the world. That is, people not of God's kingdom. And it says they cannot receive this because the world neither sees him or knows him. So because the world does not see or know the Son, the world cannot receive the Spirit. So there's perfect no daylight reality between the receiving of the Son and receiving of the Spirit. So yesterday we learned that to know the Son was to know the Father. And if you don't have the Son, you don't have the Father, and vice versa. Today, To know the Son is to know the Spirit. And then the third thing is this forever part, this eternal security. So the Spirit was definitely being revealed in the Old Testament, but it was much more of a rental rather than an ownership. It's like fits and starts, on and off, clothed and unclothed. And if you read the Old Testament, you will be relieved at the forever part of this. So if you wish to understand what trying to live a moral life is without the helper is like, so absent the reality of this particular passage, read the Old Testament. Or turn on your TV or turn on your media. So living a moral, holy life with him is difficult. Grant me that. But living a moral life without him is impossible. The point here today is we now have help. It says, the passage says, to be with you forever. And then the last thing is this location. Location is internal. So the passage says, you know him, for he dwells with you and will be in you. So the physical location of God throughout human history has been super important. Is he in Israel? Is he with the Philistines? Is he in the temple? Is he in the ark? Is he in the Holy of Holies? It couldn't be more important as far as reading the Old Testament about where's the location of God. Why do people travel all the way down to Jerusalem for the Passover feast? Well, that's because that's where God was domiciled at the time. So now this changes everything. You don't have to go anywhere to find the most intimate of access with God. He's right here. We have this local access. We have eternal security. We have direction towards humanity, at least some humanity and believers. So today is the welcome passage. Welcome, Holy Spirit. Help is here, ladies and gentlemen. And where is it? It's right here. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.